there's an exodus from the seats in front of us now. 25 seconds of the added 4 minutes. A magnificent performance this by Wrexham against, well, a superb Leicester side who have really shown their quality, but Wrexham have shown our quality as well. Leicester led 1-0 at half time as Okonkwo takes the goal kick in front of a fairly empty stand behind him. And there is the final whistle. Wrexham, good value for the draw. The Leicester fans booing their team, but I mean, the fact of the matter is, when are people going to stop underestimating us and realise we're a decent championship side? Because we were always in that. We defended superbly when we had to. We hit Leicester well on the break. And quite frankly, even though you could see the class of Leicester, as Phil Parkinson shakes hands with Jordan James and says, why the hell didn't you sign for us, mate? You've been with us going places. But yeah, we actually made a lot more, I would argue, clear-cut chances, despite the quality build-up play of Leicester throughout the game.
Yeah, I just think Leicester, their levels have dropped. They just were loads more slower with the ball than they were in the first half. They just moved it so much slower, which enabled us to just get back into our shape and then move around and just stop them really creating anything going forwards. But then, like we said, we spoke about, we would go with the same team, the best team that we felt for the game, and we knew that they were going to tire a bit after the game on Saturday, but also we knew that the lads that were going to come on were going to get a good chunk of the game in that second half and could do what they did, which was just lift the group massively. I thought Matty James was absolutely brilliant when he came on. He just kept moving that ball, getting in the way of it, and then just keeping us ticking. Broadhead added value, the two wing backs added enthusiasm, and this is exactly what you need from your team when you go away from home in this league, is them to just leave everything out there, and it's the minimum that the gaffer will ask of them, and it's the minimum that the fans will ask of them. If they do that in every game from now on in, the fans will be with them right on it, and they will cause a lot of upset in this league.
It's great, isn't it? Apart from the quality you brought in, like I say, the mentality, more, as you said, coming off looking spent, but that's it. The whole team poured themselves into it, and frankly, Mia, we made the better chances and probably should have scored more than one goal.
Yeah, I think you'll come away from it, obviously very happy with the point, and those Wrexham fans certainly will be delighted with what they've seen tonight, because it's not easy to come to a place like this and go 1-0 down and respond and still come away with something, because a lot of people might have said Leicester aren't quite where they were once upon a time, but they're still a very, very good side who will be right up there this season in the Championship, points deduction or not. So this is a brilliant point for Wrexham again, away from home, showing great quality. And they certainly had a plan tonight. Like we said, we sort of expected that game to sort of pan out, similarly to how it has done in terms of that Leicester possession, their quality in possession. But Wrexham were brilliant. And again, like we said, those players coming off the bench showing, they want to be in that starting 11, whether it's Matty James, whether it's Nathan Broadhead, Ryan Barnett, James McLean, whoever it may be. They're competing, and that just sets the standard, sets the levels, pushes it higher and higher and higher. And again, it's just so exciting to see it, because they're only going to get better, this group. They're still so early in this sort of journey together, if you like. And yeah, like I say, exciting. On to Friday.
Keep that scoreboard ticking over. Whether it's a point at home to Derby or a point away to Leicester, just keep ticking over. The wins will come. You can see the team is starting to understand what Phil Parkinson is asking of them. The new boys are starting to settle in a lot better than they did do. And we're getting people back fit and at the top of their game, and when you've got more than 11, you've got a chance.
Yeah, exactly, and we've lost 1 in 6 now, decent little unbeaten run going, just keep accumulating points, done ever so well. It was all about the Welsh really, wasn't it? It had to be Jordan James, of course, who we nearly signed, who opened the scoring. Lovely goal, great 1-2 between him and Paxton Daka, and a really good finish by him. But Kabore was causing all sorts of problems on the right, and although David Reid hit the post in the first half, the truth of the matter is Wrexham had lots of chances. O'Brien picking up a short back pass, couldn't squeeze it beyond the keeper. Moore had a shot across the face of goal, just wide, and Wrexham got their reward after showing really good discipline in the first 20 minutes of the second half when we were penned in. Restricted Leicester, who didn't really make any chances, and then got that terrific equaliser. Like I say, all about the Welsh. Nathan Broadhead with a glorious finish after Lewis O'Brien chased an absolutely lost cause, out-muscled Yannick Vestergaard, the 25 stone, 6'6" Scandinavian beast, and teed Broadhead up for a beautiful finish, and quality, heart. What a super performance. We've been all pre-match we're going on about, wow, does it mean something for us to come here to Leicester? But the truth is, we deserve to be here. We belong here.
Absolutely. Can we have a shout out for that man on the screen now? Wow, he has got energy to burn, hasn't he? And he goes at pace as well and intent when he does go, and he's just never stops running, and he sets the tone and the standard for everybody else.
Yeah. The nice bloke from BBC Leicester came to chat to me before the game. He was lovely, but he just smacked me in the back of the head with his rucksack. So at least I didn't get hot coffee poured on me as we predicted. But yeah, O'Brien was just everywhere. He did it again, didn't he? Chasing a Cleworth past it. I was about to start chastising Cleworth for when he won it back and teed up a late chance for us again. And we were making a late chances. Leicester had corners, but apart from that hooked shot by Fast from a corner which went over, I've not actually written anything else down Leicester did in the second half, which is compliment to us, because you can see that quality that they've got, and yet I thought, defended absolutely outstandingly as a unit and as individuals.
Yeah, I totally agree, and just seeing that Nathan Broadhead goal, I think one of the happiest managers tonight will be Craig Bellamy. Like you say, two goals, both from Welshmen, which is what obviously we didn't want to see Jordan James score tonight, but if anyone's going to get one, probably would say him. But yeah, it just shows again, we spoke about it straight away last Tuesday, just how good it was to see him get on the score sheet at Reading, how important it is. That's why you can't discount these cup games for what it means. It's just such a great run. Just spots it, he's alive to it straight away. Even when people probably think, when Lewis O'Brien's going up against Vestergaard, that it's probably game over. Nope. He gets in that position. It's such a good finish.
You were just pointing out, Andy, were you, on the replay of that goal, that maybe someone else wasn't quite awake on that.
Well, it was Skip. He was just watching, and he just thinks that Vestergaard's got the ball, and when you assume seconds later it is in the back of your net.
And again, I think that just says something about the quality of players we've brought in now, that we are now in a situation where a player nods off for a fraction of a second, and we'll punish them, and that's wonderful to see.
Yeah, well, Broadhead could have had three, couldn't he? He's had that volley there on the edge of the box, and then he's curled one from here, I think. Just wide. Yeah,
well, he's another one, obviously, who's come in this summer, for undisclosed fee, as we know, but led to believe one of the sort of larger ones out of the number of players who've come in. And he's not come in to sit on the bench. But obviously, last couple of weeks, we've been talking about in terms of league performances how well, obviously Josh Windass and Kiefer Moore have done, and then Lewis O'Brien and Dobson, obviously in behind with whether it's Ben Sheath or Matty James, and it's just figuring out now for Phil Parkinson. Well, how does Nathan Broadhead fit into this? Because you obviously want to be playing your best players, but if you've got 15 or so good players that are playing out their skin, how does that one work?
You'd rather have that problem than trying to put people in hoping that they're going to be a 7 out of 10 for you. Yeah.
It's better than working out where you're going to fit naughty in, isn't it? I shouldn't have said that. Naughty, if you're watching, I don't care. I said it and I stand by it. But as well, if you look a bit deeper in that midfield, okay, we're using a system where you can use 4 narrow midfielders, if you will. But Dobson's given him a problem, like you say, by being so good. Rathbone's coming back to fitness. You've got 6 or 7 players there who really you'd probably look at and say, these are first choice. But they've got 4 places to fight for.
Yeah, and you even go further back than that. You've got Callum Doyle on the bench, Connor Cody, 2 players brought in. But most would have said that they start in your team. But Max has started the season so well. Lewis Brunt has started the season so well. Dom Heim looks like he's been playing here for 10 years. I think that also what we can take from today is that we aren't giving up chances like we were doing in those first 4 or 5 games. We've really locked down. The formation has helped. The 2 sitters has certainly helped. And the 3 at the back are now a little bit more solid in a little block, if you like, in a unit that then will be able to free up Kabore and etc. your wing backs to go and do what they do. And then the 2 10s, you go and pick one of them out of 3. It's up to you. I'm out of this management lark.
Yeah, it was it was a brilliant performance. There was an exchange on Wrexham at the end of the first half, which I thought summed the situation up perfectly, and it's just as true now. Steve Kunsley said they're awfully good about Leicester, but Jarvis replied, we're not far off them. And I absolutely agree. That we showed a lot of quality.
I would agree with that. And it's different levels as a player, etc. But there's certainly ways of winning football matches, and the graft, the determination that I think that football team has showed today, Wrexham, out there, has proved a lot of people maybe in this league that we're not just here to make the numbers up. We are trying to do our best. We are going to be a handful for some teams, and especially away from home, it suits us down to the ground to counter and with a bit of pace and sit in and absorb not having the ball, if you like. We were similar a little bit last year, but this year we've really taken that on, and away from home we're good. If we can tweak our home form and really make that count, then who knows.
So the underdog story continues. Little Leicester stop Wrexham's away runs streak. But that was a hell of a game of football, and again, a hell of a statement by Wrexham. Always a pleasure to bring the game to you all, and always a pleasure to share them with Andy and Mia, of course. Wow, that was kind of fun, and luckily Andy can virtually walk home now as well.
Well, the way the traffic is, I think I might.
Right. Yeah, 45 away games for him and 1 home game, and this is it. You're lucky, man. But yeah, that was a tremendous night out in Leicestershire. I don't know what the nightlife is like in Leicestershire, but this must be right up there. With a final score of Leicester City 1, Wrexham 1, we've been Mark Griffiths, Mia Roberts and Andy Morrell from Wrexham AFC.